Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jamie, aka Rick here, bringing you part 35 of my GTA4 Let's Play. In this episode, as you see, I'm covering over the deal for the Pegarinos, basically keeping guard on them in case something goes wrong, which as you can probably guess, it ends up going quite wrong, and people that I think is it the Pavanos or something, the family, yeah, they turn on us. And I have to save the day as usual. The two assistants there, you see the one in the purple shirt and the one in the white shirt actually get killed, which you know, is not great. But I have to go and save, I think, is it Joe? I think that's his name. Yeah, I have to go and save him, the leader of the family basically. And yeah, it goes well. You know, we have to get the drugs back as well, or is it, no, the payment, sorry, the payment. Yeah, we get that back, and you know, everyone, well, he survives and I survive, so you know, it's not the worst turnout. Obviously those two people get killed, but you know, the way he views it, they were just random people that you know, that you can easily replace, he said. So you know, it's not the nicest thing, but you know, I'm sure it's probably true. After that, obviously he's not too happy, Joe Pegarino, so he tells me to go and kill some Pavanos basically that are in town on this day, and you know, I go and do that. I go and take them down, or I follow one back to, you know, the rest of them, and take them all down. So, and then have to lose my wanted level, but that's not too tricky. So yeah, that's pretty easy. And then I get a call from Phil, which is accidentally skipped when I'm getting in a car, but yeah. He probably basically just said come over and see me, so you know, his mission started flashing on the map, so I go over and see him, and he wants me to basically take him to pick up some drugs that have come in from Vice City, actually, which I thought was quite funny. They've come in from Vice City on speedboats, so you know, we had to, it's not actually our shipment obviously, but we had to go and pick it up in this truck, and at the end of the video we just go and pick up the truck, and we, you know, we're on our way there. So in the next video you'll see the stealing of those drugs and that, and returning them involves quite a lot of shooting and some boat driving as well, which you know, is always good. So yeah, look forward to that in the next episode. But yeah, in this episode I'm going to talk about TV shows. I expect not all of you, maybe if you're outside the UK, will know what all of these TV shows are about, but you know, I'll try and help with that as much as I can, and you know, explain why I like them basically, and what is about them that makes them appealing to me. So I'm going to start off with one that I'm sure a lot of people have heard of. Is Top Gear. It's a fantastic TV show. It's basically cars and general motoring. Not, you know, they kind of frown upon motorbikes, but occasionally they are mentioned. But yeah, it's mainly a car review show where you know, they just drive the latest and greatest cars at high speeds, you know, around the track, you know, to test them and give opinions of them. Occasionally they do like little challenges where they're given, say, some money to find a certain type of car. Like I think the latest one I literally just watched today was they were told to get a hot hatchback, and you know, to try and prove which one's the best out of the three that they chose. So you know, that was good. They were given a few little challenges to do. Like one was basically like an agility test, really, of how fast they could corner, how well they could corner and everything. So they basically had to get through this like tiny little town, or not tiny little town, it was quite a big town, but the streets were really small and narrow, and had to find their way out of that basically. Which yeah, that was quite funny. And then after that they had to gather up a load of items basically on their way to a destination. So you know, it was obviously test to see how much you could fit in the cars, and you know, which one was obviously quickest as well, to how quick they got there. So that was a good little test as well. And then I can't remember what else did they do. Oh yeah, they had a couple of laps around the Monaco Grand Prix track, which is pretty cool. I'd love to do that myself, but you know. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty random show. I mean, they do these little challenges quite often. I mean, that's pretty much a highlight of those episodes that they're in. I mean, some of them have been actually, the whole episode is the challenge thing that they do. And not all of them are like that. They do like one normally a series. So I mean they're highly entertaining. So yeah, you look forward to them definitely when they do them. So, but yeah, in general, it's just I know it's comedy. It's not really meant to be taken highly seriously. Obviously, parts of it are. I mean, when they're obviously giving out facts and figures of all these cars and that, but for the most part, it's just pretty much petrol heads and comedy. Because the hosts, they are pretty funny together. I mean, obviously Jeremy Clarkson, if you know who that is a funny man by himself. But when they're all come together, they make a pretty funny trio of people. So it's definitely worth watching if you have never watched it before. If you're into cars, and fancy watching a program that's got a bit of comedy as well as some pretty nice cars, then I'll definitely recommend it. And also they have a celebrity guest on every episode, which is basically they come on, have a little interview, which it's pretty interesting. You get to know things about some celebrities that you wouldn't know. It's mainly obviously about their cars and history like that. But yeah, and then they obviously get put in a car. It's the same car obviously all the time, and they race around the track that have in the Top Gear, like, well, not in the showroom, but like in the vicinity of the where it's shot. And they compare times between all the celebrities, and there's like a leaderboard and everything. So that's quite interesting as well. See some celebrities that drive pretty quick. I mean, one of the shocks for me was Robert Dallaglio, I think it is. He's an England rugby player, and Tom Cruise as well. He's pretty quick in the latest series. I mean, I think he's third on the leaderboard now, so it's pretty quick. I didn't expect him to actually be able to drive that much. I know you see him in like films and stuff where he actually is driving, but half the time you think, well, can they actually do that or not? But it turns out he's actually a pretty impressive driver. So that was pretty cool to watch. But yeah, so yeah, if you like cars, fancy a laugh, then definitely watch Top Gear. It's really good show. What else? Jackass as well. I'm sure everyone knows what Jackass is. No matter what country you're from, I'm sure Jackass is on TV there. It's it's just a group of guys that do crazy stuff for while on film. There's quite a few films. I think there's 4 now. Which they're all really funny, and it's obviously quite a few series of the program on TV. So I don't really know how to explain it if you haven't seen it. It is just Jackass. It's literally, you can't really compare it to anything else because it is unique. They do the craziest stuff, the things that no one would normally do. So I'll just try and think of some highlights of it. It's tricky. There's so much that they do. I mean, some skateboarding. One of them was like quite high dropping. I think it was like 10 foot or something like that, 10-15 foot dropping on a half pipe into some like plasterboard or drywall, depending on where you're from. But yeah, it's basically 4 layers of that, and he went straight through it after this drop in. That was pretty funny. Yeah, it's literally just like insane stuff that you wouldn't actually think of doing, like jumping off like on bike. Say you're on a bike, you from a great height into like a river or something like that, or they were like skiing and they were like jumping into trees or stuff like that. It's pretty funny. I think you've actually got to watch it to appreciate comedy of the program, to be honest, because I can explain it, but it won't be as funny as if you watch it. So if you haven't seen it, which I'll be pretty shocked if you haven't, definitely go and watch it if you're up for a good laugh, and there's some cringeworthy stuff, and it's definitely worth watching. What else? Waking the Dead, which I'm not sure if this is aired around the world, but it's definitely aired in the UK, and I'm sure there's similar programs around the world. I mean, I think is it CSI might be similar, but it's on a bit of a bigger scale. CSI, this is more of a one unit of like one team of people basically deal with all the same stuff. So trying to solve murders. Normally that's what it is, involving like it's cold cases basically. So someone's died and they haven't had enough evidence to solve the crime, So these guys are called in to like investigate basically, and obviously there's different people make up the team. There's obviously forensic scientists, which has 2 of those. They've got a psychiatrist, and then basically an interrogator, which is the leader. He does most of the interviews. Actually, he's got quite a good way with getting confessions and information out of people. Not by the book stuff, but it works. So I think it's a fantastic program for just the way they solve their crimes and the cases, which are really intelligent. I mean, some of the forensic stuff that the team comes up with is brilliant. I mean, you gotta love it. It's possibly, I don't know, not the best program, I wouldn't say, but it's way up there. There's another one pretty similar, Silent Witness as well, which is less of like the police side of it, because Waking the Dead, you've got a broad team. You've got the scientists, you've got the psychiatrist, and you've got the basically chief inspector type, like detective type person. Whereas in Silent Witness, you've literally just got their pathologists, all of them. So just deal with the science bit, but it's basically the same. They're trying to solve a crime of where obviously someone's normally a murder, let's say, and it's trying to be covered up, and they have to basically unveil who's done it and everything. So I mean, again, me explaining it doesn't give it its full credit. Again, it's one of those things you've got to watch to kind of get the gist of it, because the stories are really cleverly written, and obviously the suspects are in there, not dead right from the start, but pretty much you meet them quite early on, and it's just the whole process of finding new evidence and tracking them down. They're normally 2-parters as well, so normally like 2 hours long per episode. So yes, a lot of detail goes into them. It's not just try and cram a little bit into like an hour show. They're long TV programs, so there's a lot of content to be had in those 2 programs, Waking the Dead and Silent Witness. So if you haven't seen either of them and you're into that type of stuff, like I'd imagine like CSI, solving cold cases basically, then definitely go and try and watch them. You might be able to find the shows on the internet somewhere. I'd imagine you can, but yeah, it's definitely worth watching. What else? Doctor Who, obviously. I think most Doctor Who airs in most countries now. I'm not sure, it might not, correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty sure Doctor Who does. I mean, it's basically a time traveller. It's like, well, he's called a Time Lord actually. He's like, has this little ship that's like shaped like a phone box, and he can travel through time, and it's just basically how he saves planets. Because obviously he's got this immense knowledge. He's the last of his kind as well, because there's like a war and a lot of them got killed off, so he's the last one, which obviously adds a bit to it, because he's always quite lonely as a character. Even though he kind of brings himself with these other people all the time, he's still, as a person, quite lonely, so that adds a dynamic to his character, which is quite good. But yeah, it's basically, he travels around the universe and saves different planets from invasions and all these different aliens, which it's quite entertaining if you're into sci-fi at all, and you'll definitely find it very entertaining. So it's a good story, it's a bit of comedy in there always, even though the actor changes all the time, obviously, because he can change form. He like regenerates, say he gets injured, he regenerates, comes back as different form. So that's what they use to change the actor. So obviously it can't be the same actor all the time, because it's been going on for absolute ages now. I think it's been going on a good 10-20 years, I would imagine now. So obviously I couldn't keep the same actor for that time, so if they change it up, it's done quite cleverly. I mean, they're written really well, so I hope they keep going for a long time, which I'm sure they will, because it's been years and years since it started, and can't imagine they're going to stop anytime soon. Well, I hope they don't anyway. So again, if you haven't watched it, definitely try and watch it if it's if it's available where you're from, so, and you're into sci-fi obviously, then definitely give it a watch. So it is worthwhile. What else have I got down here? Primeval, again, it's kind of similar. I mean, well, it's not, but it's sci-fi again if you're into that. And Dinosaurs, which is this is what it's kind of about. It's about a team of I don't know what you call them really, but it's like a secret government team, basically dedicated to finding and sending these dinosaurs back to where they came from. Because there's these kind of portal type things. They're called anomalies, which open up. It's like a rift in time, basically. So you step through it, and you're in another time zone. So it's pretty interesting. Obviously, they're all in dinosaur times where they are. So these different dinosaurs come through the portals, and they basically have to track them down, and they'll get them back. Obviously, it's not just that. There is a bit more of a storyline to it than just that. So yes, that's obviously the team. As they go through, they grow as people, characters. You kind of get to learn their different traits, and you know, they get to know each other as well. So you know, it builds up. It's quite a few series now. I think there's like 4 or 5 series. Hopefully a new one starting soon. Oh, they did cut it because you know, it wasn't getting too many views, but I've heard rumours that they're actually bringing it back, so that would be pretty good if they do. So yeah, if you like dinosaurs, and you know, you're up for a bit of another sci-fi program that's it's got a bit of a twist to it, because there's not many programs like it, I wouldn't say, out there. I mean, it hasn't got the biggest budget or anything, so it doesn't look like Avatar type graphics, but I mean, they're good, believable. As this has gone on, it's improved. I mean, the first series, obviously, it's quite a few years back, so things have advanced in that time. So yeah, definitely though, worth watching if you like that kind of thing. And QI as well, which is I doubt this airs outside the UK. I'm not sure, it might not, but it's basically a game show where they talk about. It's got quite a lot of facts in it. It's quite I wouldn't say intellectual, but it's got a lot of facts that maybe some people wouldn't find interesting, and a lot of comedy that maybe some people wouldn't find that funny. But they just get, normally it's quite comedy focused people, like Jeremy Clarkson, like I spoke about earlier from Top Gear, has been on there before, and they get a mix of comedians normally on there. So you know, just to answer some questions. It's not like a quickfire type thing. There's normally only a few questions on there. They just go off on tangents all the time about these random subjects. So again, if you like, I wouldn't say it's a game show, or it's a game show crossed with like a chat show really, because they kind of just ramble about the topics that they're on. It's not like a dedicated game show where they literally just on there to answer the questions and win a prize or something. It's literally just, you know, to have a bit of fun for the audience. So yes, another thing, definitely, you know, worthwhile if you like a good bit of comedy and mixed with a game show. I mean, there's quite a few things like this in the UK. I don't know, again, if they're aired outside, but Never Mind the Buzzcocks is another one. Have I Got News for You? Another one. I mean, they're all pretty similar. They're just based around something different. Like QI is just random general knowledge, really. Never Mind the Buzzcocks is you know, it's pretty similar. It's just more to do with mainstream stuff. Like, it's got like music and stuff in it as well. And Have I Got News for You is obviously based heavily around what's going on in the country and the world, like at that time. So that's pretty good as well. So I mean, there's a lot of that type of program goes around these days, because they are highly entertaining. So yeah, that's pretty much, you know, this video is wrapping up. That's a little look at you know, TV shows that I like to watch, and you know, I've watched over the years of my, you know, not childhood, I wouldn't say, because obviously my taste in TV's changed a lot since then. It was from cartoons to now more